Clamping angle pieces can be tricky. Since regular clamps won't work directly on them, you'll need special angle clamps or a custom jig. In this video, I'll show you some easy ways to clamp. These techniques are perfect for anyone working on angled joints. This technique is both simple and effective for handling angled joints. Cutting a scrap piece to create a 90-degree angle. While some may opt for mathematical calculations, I'll demonstrate how to bypass them by using an angle finder to obtain precise measurements. I used a speed square to align the piece at the end of the workbench. Then I used an angle finder to determine the angle. Once the angle was confirmed, I transferred it to a scrap piece of wood and adjusted the miter saw accordingly to make the cut. Verify the angle of the scrap wood and the jointed angle is 90 degrees. Remember, using just the scrap piece for clamping won't work well, as it lacks a gripping surface and may slide when pressure is applied. For a better gripping surface, apply a 60 grit sandpaper to the scrap wood using spray adhesive. Ensure you attach the sandpaper to the side that will come into contact with the workpiece. After attaching the sandpaper, apply some pressure and set it aside for 10 to 15 minutes to allow for better bonding. Apply glue to your workpiece. Remove any excess, then use the sanded side of the scrap wood against it and clamp securely. Clean up any excess glue that squeezes out. This technique works well for the current project. It's fast and easy to make, but we usually don't reuse the scrap wood for other projects.
Check it.
The second technique involves creating a reusable jig using scrap plywood and wood blocks from your workshop. Cut plywood strips to match the width of your wood blocks. Then make a 45-degree angle cut on one side of each wood block. This will result in wood blocks with a 45-degree on one side and a 90-degree angle on the other. If one side is not precisely 90 degrees, you can use a crosscut sled or a miter sled to make it accurate. I've created build videos for both sleds and I'll leave a link in the description if you would like to check them out. To attach the wood blocks to the plywood, use screws. Ensure that the side with the 90-degree angle faces the end of the plywood when attaching both. To improve the grip of these jigs when clamping angle joints, attach 60 or 80 grit sandpaper to them. Cut the sandpaper to the same size as the plywood strip and use spray adhesive to securely attach both. Glue your workpiece and join them together. Once joined, position the clamping jigs on the outer side of the workpiece, ensuring that the 45-degree angle faces outward, and then clamp them securely. Use as many clamps as needed depending on the length of your workpiece. Repeat this process for both sides of the workpiece. Once the jigs are securely attached to the workpiece, clamp both jigs in place. This will apply pressure to the workpiece. An F-style clamp is an ideal choice because its clamping end offers flexible motion and adjusts to the angle effectively. Remove any excess glue that squeezes out. After allowing it to set for a few hours, begin by removing the clamps attached to the jig and the workpiece first. The second technique was inspired by a video from Wood Whisperer. I will leave a link to his video in the description. Removing the clamps for the first technique is straightforward, since it only involves one clamp. If you have a preferred technique for clamping angle joints, please share it in the comments below. I would love to hear about your approach. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like and comment to support the channel. Thank you for watching.